I'm good. I'm glad. Yeah.
So we are live.
Is this for me? I don't know what that's for.
There's some odd satisfaction by
To what?
hitting reject on a phone call.
I never do that. I actually do that when I'm on my
I mean, you know, it's normally we answer, but this phone is directly under the microphone.
So maybe if you
So
get you
if
call,
you call right at 9:30,
and
that
Patrick-
was like, you know, like so you know, it's funny as reflective as the last couple weeks have been, you know, passing our year mark. What was really funny was when we started doing the live stream and we'd be talking about stuff and all you ladies would call us
Oh, you're sis.
during the live stream. Do you remember that though? We'd be like talking about stuff and all of a sudden people would call and be like, I want the daily deal. But we're in the middle of the live stream.
Or if something was like not right, they'd all call.
They'd
to
all
be like,
call.
Did you know? And it was so sweet of you. You're all just looking out for us.
It was the whole thing's been such a process.
Now we're pros. I didn't even comb my hair. Momo was up
Momo threw a party at 4:00 in the morning last night.
Yeah.
What is psycho?
And then when I got up this morning, he was laying on the carpet with his head on the bed. He wasn't even on the bed. He had his head.
Like it was a pillow?
He was using the bed as a pillow.
You mean his dog bed?
His dog bed.
Yeah.
So
I was like, you are not cute this morning. And then started.
She kept yelling at him this morning.
I was like-
Get away from me. Don't even. You're not cute.
And then
Like,
he
this
put
is
his
how I
head
feel
by me
every
and I
day.
just like cuddle him. We're tired.
Anybody want a 7-month-old Australian Shepherd puppy? You could probably get one for today. Cheap.
Today's daily deal
It'd be
is.
a great. It'd be a great deal.
We can't. You know what, Violet? If you ever saw her with him, she's like, "You're my best friend."
She
And
never
she-
says that. But has she?
What do you
has
mean she
ever,
hasn't?
She says that to
Yeah.
him? Really?
She's like, "You're my best friend."
She's
Imagine if we gave away her best friend. She's like,
She would never
"Where's
forgive
Momo?"
I'm like, he's dead. I couldn't give him away. I'd have to kill him.
Oh my God! Can you believe he said that?
Well, that would be even crueler, letting her know that somebody else had him.
They killing him?
That,
Sorry.
like years ago, and this is all said in jest, obviously.
Don't report us.
However,
Don't-
years ago, I bought a snowmobile from a guy, and it was funny because like sometimes you talk to somebody and you just know there's something a little different about him. So I like called the guy on the phone, and I had a conversation with the guy, and I think I even joked that morning when I went out to pick up the snowmobile that like if I didn't come back, I'd probably be buried in the woods somewhere. Like the guy was definitely a little different. And so I get out to the guy's property and as I go walk to you can go live on a farm. That's what they used to call it, right? They so as I was walking to like go see the guy, his dogs all come over to say hello to me, and then one of his dogs bites me. And so I'm like, great, this is off to a great start. The guy kept the snowmobile in the middle of his living room. So like he had a sliding glass door and he didn't have a garage, and one of his ads was like kept inside. So I'm like looking like, geez, this guy doesn't have like a garage. And like, I mean, this guy built his house from the ground up, and it kind of looked like he built it from the ground up. Stick built would have been an appropriate term because I think he used sticks in the construction of his house. And then I'm like, where's the snowmobile? So his dog bites me, and I'm like, ah, and like
Your hand?
yeah,
You gotta pet
like
him?
thankfully it doesn't. No, I didn't even go bite him. Like I didn't even go to pet him. He just walked over and bit me. And so he didn't break the skin. So I'm like, I don't think I need to go get a rabies shot because these dogs had definitely not been inoculated. And then he like, as soon as the dog bit me, he was like really friendly. And and so the guy, while he's showing me the snowmobile parked in the middle of his living room, because his garage was his sliding glass door going into his living area. And snowmobiles kind of stink. They're like, I mean, they're two strokes, so they smell like two strokes. So his whole house smelled like two strokes. The guy starts telling me about how the dog is blind and is like losing his teeth. And
Good thing he was losing his teeth. Maybe
and
that's why
that he
didn't get
just
bit so
hadn't
bad.
had the heart, and I quote, to take him out back and do him in yet. And I'm like looking at the guy like, this guy's like legit telling me that he's gonna go shoot his own dog.
Do it old Yeller style.
Yeah, and like, I mean, you know, hey, to a certain degree, I mean, I've got like a little respect for that, right? Like, you know, I mean, sure, it was the way the guy was raised and everything else. His prized possession was he'd bought off Craigslist like the cab from the back of a semi truck. Like you know, the back of a semi truck,
Where you
like the
sleep in
living
it?
quarters.
Yeah.
And that was his new guest room on his property. He was like showing me all this stuff. Like the guy was a huge character. He had a
It was probably stolen.
like it was in the middle of the fall. No, he had all his he had all of his paperwork and everything. And that, like, he literally lived in the middle of nowhere in the forest, and like, he's like, take it for a rip, man. Like, there was enough like heather and like needles on the ground that he's like, oh, it's just like snow. The guy was just a character. Anyways, that was the first snowmobile I bought in California.
Reject. Did you see that? Patrick just hit the reject
There's
button.
an odd satisfaction to that. Like, ha! I'll call you back later. So, anyways.
So, we don't...
Diane has a bitey dog like that. What? He like runs up, bites somebody viciously, and then is their best friend. He's like, he's blind. Don't worry. He just couldn't see you, so he bit you to figure out you were human. I'm like, well, like, once he tastes your blood, you're okay. I like literally drove home the whole time. Like, should I go start a rabies series? Because that guy definitely was not inoculating his dogs. He had like 9 dogs.
So, Ramona, Patrick tells really good stories. When we first started dating, he was just like, it was like the Patrick show. He would just tell me funny stories. Right?
We have funny experiences. This girl could tell you some stories too.
My stories aren't funny though. I try to tell funny stories, but I'm not good with my delivery. And I can't
But like
remember.
walking through back alleys in the middle of Bangkok.
My funny stories are non-intentional. And usually I'm the funny story. Right? I'm the funny story. I provide a lot of good material for my family.
Yeah, she provides a lot of good material for the family.
Yeah.
Yes. There is no
like
question.
they like to laugh.
You like
at
to
me.
laugh with her.
No. They're laughing at me. I'm okay with it. Don't laugh at me. So, we don't have any.
It was like our conversation about the song.
Oh, so we last night I was like, I was singing the right song. And then we played it, and then I was a little off.
She wasn't singing the right song.
Well, I was off an octave.
Well, she changed an octave. That
But-
was the thing.
but
It repeats
you-
it.
but
Mona
you ladies-
Lisa,
you
Mona
ladies-
Lisa. She
You
was like,
ladies recognize
Mona
it.
Lisa, Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
That was not how it
Yeah,
went.
that's what I thought it was. But you knew, right? You knew
I
what I
wasn't
was
saying it wasn't identifiable. I was just saying it wasn't the song.
Yeah, and then Patrick and Violet were sitting there laughing
We were
at me.
laughing. She's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, and she like pulls it up, and then she plays it, and like Violet just starts cracking
and
up.
then I was just off one note, and then I turned it off and changed the subject because I was wrong again. But anyways, I sing
Momosito.
Momosita. I call him Momosita, which Violet told me is wrong too because he's a boy.
Dead dog walking. Dead dog walking. There he is.
And he's like, all solemn. Here's your last meal, Momo.
And he's like,
Yeah, he doesn't care.
he's like prancing around.
He doesn't care, and he doesn't feel bad about stuff either. You know, you watch those videos where the dog feels bad
You're
when
like,
it does
did
something?
you do this? And he's like, I did it.
Yeah, he never feels bad. So, we miss you, Suzanne. Are you off barrel racing? Kicking butt and taking
I
it.
felt like
Woo!
didn't I see her?
It's like the pictures. You know how they do the pictures of the Eiffel Tower, and they're holding
where they're like,
and the Eiffel Tower is
they're like pinching it.
yeah, I'm holding the puzzles. Do you see that? This is our daily deal because the pandemic. Because you can now go get puzzles anywhere.
You know what's funny is I was literally I felt like February, like, we weren't very funny the entire month of February.
Because were we exhausted? We were like, duh.
We were exhausted. I was, like, depressed. The snow
Patrick was
sucked.
so depressed.
The snow sucked.
And
Our house,
oh yeah, we
fell
had
through.
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Like, it's all first world problems, right?
Yes.
Like, nothing to really complain about. But, and then yesterday, like, we got home.
You've
and
been
I
in a
was
much
like,
better mood.
well, not just that, but like I got home last night and Violet was talking and she was like, "How was the live stream?" And I was like, "I think we were really funny on the live stream."
We were just
this
having
morning."
fun.
We were just having fun. I think there was some burnout too. Like I was feeling a little burned out.
We were having fun talking about hairy
Hairy
chest.
chest.
And I talked to Sage, and I was like, Sage, we were talking about your mom during the live feed, how she loves hairy chests and hairy backs. And Sage is like, I can't believe you remember that. And I go, well, there's
only one person in the world that likes hairy backs.
So, yeah, anyhow. So,
When did you talk to Sage?
I talked to her yesterday on my way home. She's still being a goat mama. She's
Is
a
she
goat
like
mama.
hand feeding a goat?
Yep, she had to hand feed the goat because the mama rejected it. So, so daily deal. We're closing out the puzzles because I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, let me move my big old head. Look, see where my hands are? That's fabric on our new shelves that George Patterson built, and
They look so good.
They look so good. George, you are so talented. George is so talented. And all our fabric just barely fit on like what?
It barely.
Do you think we're like a third filled? A quarter? Maybe
like a third.
maybe a quarter to a third, something like that. So we have more fabric coming, but it's not going to come until April. And then I'm the type that if there's empty space, I fill it. So don't worry, ladies. I will fill that space.
It's so beautiful.
It's her favorite pastime.
Filling space.
What did you get?
That's my hobby. Filling space is my hobby.
What did you get yesterday from Moda?
Oh, Gail Cram, I got your fabric. If you ever want to order bolts, let me know. So irons, let me just give you an update on stuff that's been ordered. Bobbin cases, we totally sold out. Those were really popular. It seems like everyone wants a backup.
We had
20.
We had 20, and we
We
sold
sold,
out
like-
of the 20, and then we bought 30 more, and I think we sold out of the 30 more that we bought. So
So they're coming.
We've ordered more. shipping, stuff like that. I mean, we've talked about it before, but like supply chain is still totally weird. Like we had a shipment that was supposed to arrive last Thursday that did not. I called FedEx yesterday to be like, what is up? Like this shipment has been sitting in French Lake, California for
Is that right?
4 days.
Where's French Lake, California?
I'm not sure. It's not Frenchman's.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what you were thinking, but the
I was like, I'll go get it.
so I called FedEx and talked to a lady at FedEx yesterday, and she was like, oh yeah, there was an emergency exception, and I'm like, okay, great, there was a emergency exception. What does that mean, and why hasn't it left? And she's like, well, it's backlogged. So the fact that it was held up one day, it lost its place in line, and then it fell into the back of a backlog. And she said things were super backlogged, and that it would probably not arrive until Friday. So that like supply chain challenge exists, and we will see. Are you coming back? I'm running out of stuff to talk
I thought you
about.
were just soapboxing. Is that what it's called?
Soapboxing?
Isn't that what they call it?
Well, I mean, that would be if I was like, preaching something. I think
I didn't want to be rude and start yawning like somebody else does.
French Lake is in Nevada County. It's like right across the line from us. Why
Yeah.
can't we just go have a road trip?
So
and go
maybe
pick up our
it's
stuff?
Frenchman's.
No, it's French Lake.
It's French Lake. It's right there.
Remember
Is it like near Sacramento?
Remember when I'm talking, you start yawning?
Well, that's because most of it's kind of boring.
No, it's very exciting. We talk about very exciting stuff. So, and I wanted to let you know your irons. All the irons I contacted you, unless you got turquoise, and I told you turquoise they weren't going to have that in until March 26th.
I
So,
got one, though. I'm excited.
yes.
I love my mini iron.
I got
Michelle said
shipping
she loves her
notification.
So
In
iron.
every video I've done since
I got
bought it.
shipping
That, I'm gonna have to get
notification
more.
yesterday.
Yeah, I love it.
Brother ship. Let's see.
Oh, are you waiting for your 1500s?
Ooh, I'm waiting for you guys to get
I'm
them.
waiting for
So
my
there are like
1500.
16 of them coming.
16. So if you didn't get
Well,
in the first list,
but they
We
only
have to
sent
have a, like,
6.
1500 party.
you're going to have to wait.
We'll like get party hats and stuff and confetti.
Oh wait, did you just
And
say?
so can
Did you just
10 layers
say
of vinyl.
your? Did you just say? Yesterday that you scheduled the delivery for Tuesday with
Yes.
Old Dominion.
Yes.
So they are arriving Tuesday of
Next
week.
Tuesday?
Yes.
Do I do strength of
So what? I don't know. So
strength of 10 then?
You know what else is going on in February?
Is there Thor?
I was dealing with like the craziest level of incompetence everywhere I turn.
incompetence? I'm just kidding.
It's
Incompetence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, like the tax situations we've been
Oh
dealing with.
yeah. Patrick's had a lot on his plate, but he's
like
so
the
much
state of
happier now.
Nevada and the government owes us so much money, and
we can't get them
And-
to give it to us.
and like
Do you wanna
if
get
you've
me
ever
those?
had a
Can you
conversation
put
with
that?
somebody, like I was dealing with a guy at ADP who like totally
What
knew
else?
what he was talking about. But my first conversation with him back in like December was like, oh my God, Michael, I love you because you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing. And so when I'm talking to you, it doesn't sound like you think I'm speaking Chinese. And then this girl calls me on Saturday last week, early in the morning. And she's like, oh, we're going to do all this stuff and it's going to cost you $150. And like, there were like $180 worth of penalties that they owed us. And B, there was nothing that needed to be refiled because they screwed it up. And then last night, I think I got that resolved too. So I'm like super stoked on that. We'll see.
Woohoo!
We'll see.
I don't
So,
deal with any of that.
Like, I actually talked to somebody last night whose comment was, I think her name was, it was either, was it Bonnie? It was Bonnie or Lonnie. But she's like, I'm looking at your notes here, and this is what Bonnie's written. And I'm like, yeah. So Michael knew what I was talking about. But Bonnie seemed to think it was totally something else, and I don't even know if she read the notes. And the woman goes, oh, I was working with Michael on your case, and he totally understood what was going on. And she's like, you're the guy, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And I'm like, yeah. And
Were you
Bonnie
so
wants me
excited?
to pay $150 to refile something that's already been filed, and I've already paid the penalties. And it was a pleasure to talk to her.
Don't
French
forget
Lake
to
is
don't
2
forget
hours
to
away
sign up
on
for
an
this class.
unpaved road. is
Don't
what-
forget to sign up for this class. This is Shauna's coaster class, and this is Janine Babbage, and these are the cutest coasters you'll have. Or, I mean, you could use this design and just make like a little quilt or something
Do
like that.
Towels,
Tea
you could do
towels.
wrapper. You could put buttons in it and do like a hanger.
Yeah.
How can it be
We
done
oh,
with
how
just the
cute would
buttons
that
already?
be if you did
Right?
little
It's like 2
Can I
weeks
see?
until
if you
know.
did little ribbon in between, and you know those spots on your wall that you have where they're long and skinny, you just need a little something. How perfect would this be? So this is on Monday, and you know, sometimes people just take classes to entertain themselves. So just take it and sign up for that class. That's going to be on Monday, and then you get to spend a day with lovely Shauna
Let's
too.
bring coasters back to Nevada.
Yes, let's bring coasters back. I don't use
You
coasters.
just want to play with
Do you
your
use
pen
coasters?
needle.
I use coasters
I
on
love
the furniture in the
Patrick
living room.
does.
I'm like, can you use a coaster, please?
Yeah, to me. He's talking to me.
Can you use coasters?
And then, what else do we have going on? The Dresden quilt class is up, and you saw how gorgeous that was.
Oh, it's
you
gonna be
you
fun.
wanna learn how to do that. It's so gorgeous, and it'll be so fun. And then you have Michelle walking you through it, holding your hand. I know some of you love having your hand held.
I do.
Yes, and I think that's it. Daily deal. Puzzles are half off. We're gonna clear it out so we can make room for some other
We
stuff.
gotta start doing more of that too, like more like kind of crazy deals.
Yeah,
We
do.
got Prestos in.
Prestos are in. Verves are in. If you want to like a
Yeah,
small
we haven't
4x4.
had Verves for like a year.
I think we have Accords.
We have one Accord.
We have one Accord. We
We have
haven't had
one
that
Accord.
for like a year or two. Or
The
like,
Presto's on like a,
It's
kind of a
really cute.
crazy national deal. Like we never were a shop that sold the Presto because
I love the
Like
Presto.
with the deal we would normally do on the Brilliant or the 700, it was only like $100 or $200 difference,
What's
but it's
the deal?
$699
$6.99, and it's
for the
normally how
Presto,
much?
$1,300, but for $200 more than like an NS80, it's a lot more machine. Like
It
it's
is
got
a
the
lot
cut
more.
cut button.
It's
they're
bigger,
awesome.
it's beefier.
So if anybody's in that mode, we actually
We've got a
have,
bunch of
and I haven't mentioned it yet, because I thought they were both sold, but only one of them sold. So I tried to buy a bunch of them, but we only got 2. I got Solaris training machine. So for those of you that remember, I mean, it was, when did we get those? Like 12.
I don't know, but
ultimately
what
it was like
about it?
12. So anyways,
So impatient.
if you remember, probably 8-9 months ago, we actually came across some Destiny 2s
Yes.
that had come out of the Tacony Achievement Center. That's where they do the trainings. Hey, open the
Okay,
thing
I'll
so
do
we
that.
can sign it. So long story short, we ended up getting a bunch of the Destiny 2s. Great deal. Very low mileage machines. In fact, I think if we got 10 or 12 of them, I think all but 1 or 2 had like 0 stitches on them. So they just did the same thing with Solaris's. So if you've been in line for a Solaris, or if you've been looking at Solarises but just haven't been ready to pull the trigger just price-wise or anything else, I bought a Solaris training machine. These machines are in beautiful condition. They're sold as new, but I'd never tell you that they were new. They're open box out of the Achievement Center. They're being sold with the upgrade. So they're essentially the Solaris 2. They say Solaris 1 on them though, but we upgrade them. And pricing is pretty amazing. So, unique situation. We've never had a used Solaris or Luminaire in the store. It's kind of a used kind of deal, meaning it's great pricing. So reach out to the store, let us know. I do have that Dream Machine and one Destiny 2, a Dream Machine 2 and one Destiny 2 coming to the store.
Yeah, and if you want to do a demo on a Solaris, can you grab me the Infinite? If you want to do a demo on a Solaris,
I'm gonna go put cash in the register. I'll let you do your thing.
We'll
Bye.
close it out. It takes about 45 minutes. I always tell people it's kind of like a timeshare. Like you give me your 45 minutes, and for your time, I will give you an Infinite Possibility catalog, which is $700 worth of Anita Good designs. And I gotta say, this this book is awesome. There's designs like the Playhouse. There's these adorable cross stitch. There's little in the hoop bags. There's a ton of amazing stuff in here.
Patches and cards and quilt blocks.
And there's no. It's not like you have to get the Solaris. But I always tell people,
It's like a timeshare.
I liquor you up first when you come in. No, I'm just kidding. I don't liquor you up. But once you do the demo, a lot of people end up getting it because they realize how
It's so
amazing that Solaris is. So if you want to schedule that, you can go on and schedule that with me. Just give me 45 minutes of your time. And that's because it takes that long to show you how amazing that machine is.
I could put spoons and vodka in the accessory tray.
Yeah, so the puzzles are half off. So if they're $20, they're on sale for $10. What you see online is it. We're just closing them out and not ordering any more. What you see online is it. So if, we have 2 of that one, that's going to be it. Once it sells out, it's sold out. And I think that's it. So Shauna and I, again, will be in training. So if you haven't heard back from me yet, we've been in training with our long arm. Did you have something?
I want to show them the design catalog.
Oh, yeah.
It
We
is
did
so
want
cool.
to talk to you about the getaway.
Okay, here, you show them. You talk about the getaway while I show them all of the... So, that you can print this if you have a long arm. These are all of the designs, like... In the machine, it has over 1,000 designs built into it, and these are all of the different long arm. Oh my god, look at these! Look at them!
Aren't those cool?
They're so cool, and there's so many different designs. And they showed us how to bring in like an embroidery
pretty
design.
amazing.
They showed us how to create table runners. Like they're so pretty. What one do you think is your favorite?
I don't know. I love so
I love
many
the
of them.
swirls.
I like the ones
They're
like
so
they
pretty.
have.
Ooh,
Cute, like
I
look
love-
how cute these
I
are.
love these and these.
These are all in the Pro Stitcher on
the
the
regalia.
regalia.
It's
So
so
I
pretty.
did want to talk to you about this, and we'll put it on the website. Baby Lock does a getaway.
Yes.
And they have, let me see how many, I think there's 4 different getaways that you can do.
Yep.
Let me look
I
it up.
highly recommend it.
We highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. I have learned so much.
And what we've learned is what we do in our training right here is what you guys do. And I can tell
Yeah.
you,
I've
there-
learned a lot.
it's so amazing. So,
I went home last night and I went to sleep at like 7 o'clock.
Dreaming?
And dreaming of, like, thinking of ways that I could create like a blend fabric pieced quilt top to then add all of this amazing long arm into it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with the feather blocks and like how she did the triangles. And
it
I
was
was like,
really
I want to
cool.
piece that.
Denise Applegate Schrober is
She's so amazing.
absolutely amazing. But there is an embroidery getaway.
Oh, they got
There
an email.
are, I got an email from Baby Lock today about the getaways. There's
Wow.
software getaways, there's serger getaways, and there are quilting getaways. So those are the different categories, and you can sign up. I think the fee is, what is it? Is it $500? Wow. So right now they are completely. So there's a for example, there's a Solaris Getaway, and they are full through July 16th. So the next one that's going to be, oh, they're all full.
But it says register now. Maybe it's like a wait list. Maybe they can put you on a wait list. I would go check it out while it still says register now.
Yeah. Class size is limited to 20 people, and I think it's via
Zoom.
It's via Zoom, right?
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, it'll be similar to what we're doing, where it's kind of like a demo lecture, and then you have access to the video for 30 days. And then
It's so
I love it.
amazing.
I love it.
You know, and you used to have to travel to Fenton to do it, and now
Yes.
you can do it from the comfort of your own home.
I do it right there. I sit right by
Yeah,
that styrofoam.
and I sit by Shauna, and I'm like, and she's like, I was the one that always got in trouble in class.
I try to take vigorous notes so then I can remember it and try to apply
I'm a
it.
talker. So there's still, you can do a Destiny Getaway.
Wow, they're still
can
doing Destiny
do,
Getaways?
a Sew Adventure. Oh, the Venture, which is going to be the multi-needle.
Ooh!
Yeah, so you have all of those.
Ooh.
Serger Getaway. If you want to do a Serger Getaway, they
Oh,
have...
open the brochure.
Oh, that was an accident. How can I get back? Right here. Shoot. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, there we go.
It's just a Searcher Getaway, but there's room in those. The next one's going to be April 12th through April 16th. And I know. I wish they had the videos longer too. So where do we find the training info? I'm going to post it. I'm going to have Christine post it onto our website. But the website that was sent to me was babylock.com/soed-consumer-getaway. So we'll post it on the website, but those are amazing options.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
It is
I know
so cool.
the long arm one has, or the Pro Stitcher one has absolutely been amazing. So I think just the repetition of seeing her go through
Over and over.
yeah,
And,
area, modify, like
in my
all
brain.
the.
Crop. New start endpoint.
Usually stuff just goes in my ear and then out the other one, and then it's just like it's empty in here.
Boop, boop, boop.
Everything stays in Shauna's.
No,
so
oh
that's
my god,
why
no. That's why I take
asked
so
her.
many notes.
So, but we will put that on there. I just wanted to let you know that that is something that is available to you, and they really are amazing trainings.
Yeah, it is. It is so cool.
And was that all we had to talk about?
I think so.
We will see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Be creative and make something awesome. And we will be back here tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You wanna-